Hugh, you kind of look at these two teams, and I look at them as the two best teams overall in baseball in terms of just the roster depth, in terms of their offense 1 through 9, in terms of their pitching staffs. These are the best two rosters in baseball. They go head-to-head in the division series. Hugh, when you look at this thing, when you look at this series and how it's going to play out, how it could play out, who are you putting this on to carry the day, to be the, next, if it goes 5, and we come in here 2 Mondays from now, we're talking about the Phillies going to the NLCS. What part of this team drove them? Is it the offense? Is it the bats, Hugh Douglas, or is it the pitching? Who are you putting it on to carry the day?
It has to be the bats, Joe. It has to be the bats. I did a little homework when I was talking about when we did this.
Analytics, Douglas over here.
I don't like to do too much
Baseball
homework,
guy.
man. But, when you talk about last year, 2024, stranded 26 runners in 4 games.
Why you got to bring up bad memories?
No, I'm just saying that has been the issue. And then let's talk about 2023.
Oh, no.
In the 7-game series, you stranded 46 runners.
Yeah, I felt all those, too.
No, and that has been the issue when we talk about what has happened. I remember vividly in that Arizona series, people are mad at Rojas because the bat was on his shoulder in a position that he, if you're being honest, he shouldn't have been in.
Yeah.
To help, keep the drive alive and try to win that game. Shouldn't have been in that situation. But that's what we have. So, yes, to me it's on the hitting. It's definitely on the hitting.
Look, the hitting has to produce. They cannot go as cold as they have in recent postseasons. So I think we all feel that to an extent. And they have a deeper lineup now than they have, I would say, any time since 22 ended. They have a deeper lineup now. And the fact that, when Topper speaks today, and we'll carry his press conference live in the 1 o'clock hour, when Topper speaks, he's going to be asked who's hitting 4th, who's hitting 6th. I mean, they have a lot of options now. And last year, you mentioned those stats from last year. Hugh, Castellanos was the cleanup hitter last year. He's probably not even in the lineup in 3 or 4 of these games. That shows how much this thing has changed and how much deeper they are. So I'm not going to disagree with you. The offense has to be better situationally. But for me, it comes down to this. The Phillies pitching has to do what they are tasked to do, which is keep this thing close enough in the early innings so we can – if there's a if the biggest weakness I see of either team in this series is the Dodgers bullpen. Mm-hmm. When you go back to that series in Los Angeles in late September where the Phillies clinched the NL East, they didn't score any runs off the Dodgers starters. None. I mean, they got shut down by Snell and by Ohtani, and Sheehan came in. But they got to the Dodgers bullpen. And the only way that formula works is if the Phillies starters keep the game close. The Dodgers just scored 18 runs in 2 games against the Reds. And I know we'll say the Reds are not really a playoff team. Well, they have some good pitching. The Reds are not.
There's some good young pitching.
Yes, the Reds didn't make the playoffs on their bats. They made the playoffs on their arms. And the Dodgers crushed them. Hunter Green might win a Cy Young one day, and he got knocked around in the game 1 of that playoff series. The Dodgers' bats are red hot right now. They've got Hall of Famers in that lineup. I need the Phillies pitching to hold them down, keep this thing tight, so then we could get to the Dodgers bullpen. And I heard Larry Anderson a couple days ago on WIP talking to the afternoon show about what we're going up with that Dodgers rotation right now. Here's L.A. on the pitching.
Well, the Dodgers, I mean, you look at the rotation now. I mean, they got guys healthy, and we didn't do a whole lot against their starters that series out in L.A. We won 2 out of 3, but that was against their bullpen, basically. Their starters shut us down. Again, that's, it's not the playoffs. It might have been a playoffs atmosphere out there, but it's not the playoffs. And coming home and starting against those guys, their starting pitchers have been phenomenal of late. They really have. But the Phils can hit them. I mean, if they go out there and they get their minds together and their bats together, they can do some damage. So I'm confident that no matter what happens, they're definitely, it's going to be a battle.
Well, it will, and L.A. is right about the Dodgers pitching. It's really good. Their starting pitching is their strongest point right now. And look, I didn't need the Phillies offense to hit, sure, and I need them to get enough runs. But I'm putting this on the pitching. We have a top 5 Cy Young guy in Christopher Sanchez. He's going to pitch 2 of the 5 games in this series. We have a deep rotation even without Zach Wheeler. And I go back to this. The biggest move the Phillies made was for Duran.
Johan Duran.
And he has been really good as a Philly, but I think he's had a couple of moments that some people were like, I don't know,
maybe we got the wrong guy.
Yeah, or he's blown a couple saves. And,
yeah.
And here's what I need him to be in this series. I need Duran to be perfect. Not good, not pretty good. I need Johan Duran to be perfect in this series. Every time he comes in, there needs to be a 0 on the board for the Dodgers. I don't care if it's Ohtani coming up or Betts coming up or Freeman. You mentioned maybe getting the wrong guy. Look, I'm happy with Duran, but Mason Miller was the other pitcher that was traded,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
And his team lost, but not because of him in the first round. He came into that series against the Cubs the last couple days and was as dominant as any relief pitcher you'll ever see. I mean, 5 guys, 5 batters, 5 strikeouts. Dominance. Total zeros up on the board. I need that from Duran. These games are going to be tight. These games are going to be close. I need the Phillies pitching, from the starters to the bullpen, to slow down an incredible Dodgers offense. 215-592-9494. That's how you hop aboard. It is our Red October Rally. We're at Stateside Live. Come on down. Hugh, today's going to be a party-like atmosphere here. This is going to be awesome today.
Yes, it is. You know what? Full disclosure.
Yeah.
I forgot we was having a party.
Yeah, a little behind the scenes. As
Justin and everybody was Justin and Max and all the young guys were laughing at me.
Yeah, Kyle, as we were getting ready for the show today, Hugh was like, why are they setting up? Is this a dress rehearsal for tomorrow? And I said, Hugh, this is a rally.
No.
This is a party. We
I
invited all of our listeners to come on down.
We've had this planned for a while now.
Can I give you a little insight? I had a lot going on the last couple of days. You know, I've been hell diving, been doing that, and there's some other stuff.
Yeah,
that
you
was
gotta
going
stop
on.
doing
It's
that.
October.
There's some other stuff that was going on. I haven't been down the stateside in a long time. This is nice.
Oh, it's awesome.
Forgot how nice this was, man. And then they rebranded everything. It looks beautiful.
Yeah.
So
we do
I
meet
was
before the
thinking,
show every day
okay,
and
can
talk
I-
about
can
these
I-
things.
Can I finish what I was saying?
No.
But what I'm saying is they're building some new construction. It's like a lot going on down here.
Yeah.
And I just thought the place was buzzing for tomorrow. And Joe was like, "What are we doing? This is for the day." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So
All right,
yeah.
now-
My favorite was, is
yeah.
this a dress rehearsal for tomorrow? No, we're here
they
live.
getting ready to get
Can I go
going.
now?
Yeah, you can talk.
Okay, we meet before the show every day and talk about these things.
I'm just
He's
saying.
dead right. I mean, this has been part of the meeting
just
the
saying,
entire
man.
week, that we're going to be here
I'm
for
just
the
saying,
rally.
every now and then. I mean,
The
it's-
Red October
every
rally.
now and then, I don't. You say stuff, Kyle, and it goes in one ear. and
Yeah,
out the other. My
I
fault.
mean, sometimes
I
we're talking about the show and you're talking about some lady grilling M&Ms on her flat top.
M&Ms.
Yeah, on the flat top, on the black top,
Yeah,
right?
she was cooking M&Ms.
Seems like they would all melt. Anyway, 215-592-9494. Who are you putting this series on? The pitching or the hitting? All right, Hugh, you said it's the hitting for you, so give me your guy. Who's the X Factor? Who's the Hugh Douglas X Factor?
You know what's funny?
The bat that's going to have to make this go.
You know what's funny? And I was thinking about this as soon as you said it.
Yep.
I usually go with my gut on this because when we were having this conversation, I was paying attention for this because you asked me, say, who do I feel is going to be the guy that's going to have that moment? Now, when you asked the question, I was trying to figure out, is it the series moment or the moment for tomorrow?
Okay. Who'd you come up with?
I came up with Alec Bohm.
Really?
I came up with Alec Bohm because of the tumultuous season that it started out as. And I would even go as far to say last year when there was a lot of conversation about him potentially not being here.
Well, remember, he got benched in the first round of the playoffs last year.
Yes. So I feel like this is a moment for him to kind of redeem himself and be that guy that we wanted him to be. You know, he was a big part of the daycare a couple years ago. So when I thought about it, this is the vision that I had in my head, people. The day of the parade, you know, he's the guy that's sitting up there, and he has his Chase Utley moment. That's kind of how it played out in my head. You know, big, tall kid, good-looking kid, Chase Utley moment, and talk about how much he loved being here in Philly and glad he's here, stuff like that. Yeah, I kind of play these things in my head, try to speak them into it.
It's like a whole movie in your
head.
head.
Whole movie.
You know what? I kind of like that you went with, you didn't go with one of the bigger names, right?
I started to.
But you
I
did.
started to.
So, yeah, I'm excited to see what everyone's got on their X Factor as well for this series and who it really is on. But I'm going to give you a picture because, to me, it's going to be on the Phillies pitching to hold down let's just be clear about what the Dodgers have. Their top 3 is all-time stuff. I mean, all those guys are going to the Hall of Fame. Ohtani's going to the Hall of Fame. Betts going to the Hall of Fame. Freeman is. So that's what we have to hold down and keep them in check for 5 games. I'm going to give you an X factor that it's almost like we forget about him until we need him. Matt Strahm. Remember Matt Strahm last year when the Dodgers came in here 2 Julys ago? He shut down Shohei Ohtani, and he's done that, and the Phillies have done that. For as great as Ohtani is, Hugh, the Phillies have had a way of controlling him. You look at his numbers in his career against the Phillies, it's pretty pedestrian. And part of me wonders how long that can continue, but just give me 5 more games of it. And Strahm's been a big part of it. Strahm, in the last 2 years against the Dodgers, 7 games, 4 of the 23 batters have reached. So 19 of 23, he's retired. And he's done a really good job on Ohtani. There's going to be moments in the 7th or 8th inning of this series where Ohtani and Betts and Freeman are coming up, and Matt Strom's going to have the ball in his hands, and he's going to have to get big outs. 215-592-9494. That's how you hot board. Or who are you putting this on? Is it on the Phillies bats? Is it on the arms? We'll go to the phone lines here in a second. Kyle, what are you feeling this morning as we are here? It is officially Red October.
Yeah, Douglas is spitting truth yet again today.
Wow, this is not a good sign. You guys keep agreeing with everything.
No, wait a minute, Kyle. It's Friday. We can't agree on Friday.
Yeah, man. No, come on, Hugh. I mean, it's Red October, buddy. Like this is the dawn of a new era. The Phillies are going to do this, dude. I don't expect the Dodgers to put up 8 runs like they did on the Reds, and I don't expect the Phillies to hang 8 runs on the Dodgers. So it's not about like a crazy hitting output. It's just about the timely stuff. Sort of like what he was saying with the runners in scoring position. Like when Alec Boehm gets to the plate, I think that's a good X factor too, Hugh. When they got guys on base and Alec Boehm comes up in the 4 spot, get him in. I mean, like the Phillies need to cash in when they have runners in scoring position because like the Dodgers probably will. I mean, I'm expecting some like 4-3 games, stuff like that. Like the hitting just needs to come through in timely fashion. I look at some of the like lineup projections that we might be dealing with here, and it just looks deeper than it has in years past. I mean, with Bader, Marsh hitting the way he's hitting, and even Bryson Stott. Like, I like the fact that Bryson Stott's hitting in the 9-hole. He's kind of going to be my X factor because I was thinking Alec Boehm too, but Bryson Stott down at 9. Like, if you can turn the lineup over with the way that he's hitting, then I really like our chances in this one.
Yeah, the Stott one's a good one. Dad's strength, Bryce Stott. Since his kid was born in late July, he's been. I mean, it's the Stott we all hoped for the last few years. He's been that for the past few months.